Hey there, welcome to Fanaticalsiderider. Today I'm going to do a review on the CFMOTO ZFORCE 950 HOEX. This here is a 2022 model, and I purchased it last January, so now it's July. We're looking at 7 months later, and I have 2,200 kilometers on it. And I didn't want to do a video before I hit 2,000 kilometers because on my previous model, the CFMOTO ZFORCE 800EX, I was documenting it from like 500 kilometers, 1,000, and so on. Every 500 kilometers, I believe I did. And it was fine, but to really get a good feel for it, I thought, well, I'm just gonna wait till I hit 2,000 kilometers on this one here. So as you can see, it's pretty dirty. We went riding yesterday in Nefton ATV trails, lots of water and mud and hill climbing and rocks and all kinds of technical trails. And it got pretty dirty and well used up there. But I mean, I came home late, I didn't wash it. And I'm not washing it today, it's really hot and humid. But hey, it's sitting in the garage here, we're in the shade, so let's do a review video. After more than 2,000 kilometers, I'm quite happy with this machine. I mean, I really don't have anything to complain about. So far, I can tell you it has an amazing ride. I mean, I had the 800, I had over 5,200 kilometers on the 800EX, and I was completely happy with that machine too. But I stepped up because I wanted a better ride and a little more power, and I got it. I mean, the ride is really, really good. I have nothing to compare it to, so I imagine there are better riding machines out there, but I can say that this is smooth, and anybody that rides with me notices the difference compared to the other one, the 800EX. So we're all happy, that's the main thing. It's got the 29-inch wheels, it's got trailing arms, it's got better shocks and springs. I mean, it's got a good ride. The wider stance, it's 64 inches wide. Now, a lot of people would probably be thinking, I don't know if I want a 64-inch wide. I may not be able to get down certain trails. I go pretty much everywhere with this. I don't think there's been one trail that I couldn't get through or get around yet. So I'm okay with that. I'd even go wider. It wouldn't bother me. But the 64-inch wide is allowing me to not only have a better ride, more stable, but I'm going places, like when we go on technical trails, I can climb over rocks and straddle larger rocks because you have more clearance with the 950. I'm noticing a big difference from the 800. I'm loving it. So my thoughts are a bigger machine, more ride height, more ride width is better. And for power, I mean, when this thing's in sport mode and you crack on that throttle, it's so responsive. That back end just kicks out on you like crazy. It's a lot of fun. Do you know, in the beginning when I first saw these machines, I didn't like the looks of them at all. And I think it's because of the back end. It didn't have, if it doesn't have a cargo box, it looks weird. It's like it's cut off and then flat. It's like a flatbed truck. It looks kind of weird. But I put a cargo box on this one, and the overall look of it grew on me. I really do like it now. And there's nothing out there that looks like it. Some people like it, some people don't. Everybody has their own taste, that's fine. And for comfort inside, the seats are very comfortable. I'm happy with that as well. Now, for two things that I'm not happy with is the speed limiter or the rev limiter when you're in low gear. I can't stand that thing. It cuts out at about 30 kilometers per hour or 28 kilometers per hour on this 950. I think in miles per hour, that's around 18 miles per hour. That sucks because when you need that power and you hit that limiter and it just stops delivering power to it. So it's like, what happened? It starts to choke out on you and when you need it, that's not funny. But there is a workaround, there's ways to get around that limiter. Now the other thing I'm not happy with, and I don't know if anything can be done about it, but it's the turning radius. This thing is like turning a school bus. But you know what, with a little patience, you get it done anyway. And I've always kept up with the maintenance of it, oil changes, greasing, transmission fluid change. The only thing I haven't done yet is the front and rear diffs, and that's coming up real soon. But other than that, I've kept up with everything and everything's working good. And you know what? I ride it properly. I don't ride it and beat the hell out of it, so I think that's helping as well. Let's take a look around and I'll show you some of the accessories that I've added to it. So yeah, it got pretty good and dirty yesterday, but we'll have to wash it sometime, maybe next week when it cools off a little bit. So I do have fender flares on it, which helps. It's not perfect, but it really does help. And I put rock sliders on it from CFMOTO. And They got used a couple times yesterday. I haven't even checked them out to see if there's any damage to them. So yeah, I got the Tesseract cargo box, and up here will go gas cans when they're available again. I think they're made in Russia, so that's why we don't have them. So that sucks, because if I had them, it would be nice to have black ones, you know, and they would come up on an angle like this, and it would really fill out the back end perfectly. But I'm happy with it anyways. Well, there's another thing that isn't a big deal to me really, but if you're behind me it might be, but look at the taillights. They're covered in mud. It's kind of a bad spot for them. So other accessories I've added is the CFMOTO bag on the roof. Well, you can see the sound bar there. I have a rear view mirror, which I have to move over and adjust again, but I like that mirror. Oh yeah, I have a back window on it, which is a direction 2 rear window. I went with a direction 2 rear window because it kicks out here to the side a bit, and other ones were lined up pretty much with this bar here. So this does stop some mud. As you can see, there's a little bit of mud that comes up off the wheel sometimes, but with the fender flares, or the what I call them, the bat wings back here, it really helps block the mud. I do have a full windshield. That's part of the full windshield. In the summer, this is perfect, that height. It's nice and low and you get lots of fresh air. But I can see in the early spring or fall, I will want a higher one. And actually, I do have an upcoming video. I have a new accessory. I'll just say it's a new windshield that comes up higher, comes up to here. And so I'm going to have to eliminate the factory mirrors. And I do have other mirrors for it that will come up here, and it's going to work just fine and look good. So, but for now, when it's hot, this windshield, this lower windshield is working great. And in the winter, I'll put this back on and the top part of the windshield back on, and it works really good that way too. Also have the center storage bag here by CFMOTO. Love this thing. It's really helping me out. And the upper one, I haven't even used it or put anything in it. That's going to be for an upcoming camping trip. So that's why that's there. That's going to hold a lot of stuff for me. Now, what I want to show you is inside my glove box, I installed an UX beam switch panel, and that allows me to hook up all kinds of lighting accessories. I think 6 different applications of lighting accessories. So that is a real game changer if you're, you want light bars or pod lights or stereo or anything like that. You can just hook directly into this, and the only wires that you have going to your battery are from here, just positive and negative, and that's it. Everything else will plug into this here, this switch panel. So that's a game changer. I got videos on everything I talk about, or will have videos like the half windshield I was talking about. And like I said, those seats are seriously comfortable. Everybody that has ever rode with me, they're just like, they can't believe it, how smooth it is and how comfortable those seats are. I guess I'll have to wash these ones here before I invite anybody to come out for a ride again. Another thing I like to mention is the ZFORCE 950 HOEX is seriously good on fuel mileage. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, what are you getting per gallon or per liter? I don't even calculate that. So all in all, am I really happy with it? I am happy with my purchase. I'm so glad I upgraded to the 950, and it's really made a big difference in riding. With that being said, I was really happy with the 800EX as well. And I've done videos on the 800EX saying so. And I also did a video on would I ever buy a CFMOTO product again? And well, of course I did. But I also bought my son's CFORCE 500 ATV, and it's a 2021. And I use that every once in a while too. And when I made that video of would I buy another CFMOTO product, I really meant it. I really would. Nothing's been given to me. I mean, no deals or anything on these machines. So that is a true testament of what I think about the CFMOTO product. And I would highly recommend them to anyone. So there you go. Thanks for watching my 2,000 plus kilometer review on the ZFORCE 950 HOEX, and be sure to watch some upcoming videos on accessories and trail rides and all that sort of thing. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.